Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So let's start a data science and semester paper uh, where I where I'm providing the solution video of our end semester question paper presented by me, Ankita Tiwari. So our question first is about how unstructured data is transformed into a format suitable for machine learning models. Summarize the importance of legal classification in the context of grievance redressal. Classification in the context of grievance redressal. How TF-IDF for work embedding can be used to extract features from complaint text. So transforming unstructured data for machine learning, unstructured data like text, images, and audio must be converted into numerical formats to be processed. And pre-processing use text data, image, audio, feature extraction like vectorization, dimensionality reduction. And importance of legal classification in grievance redressal. Um, it will follow some methods like efficient processing, prioritizations, compliances, data analytics, and using TF-IDF for word embedding in complaint text. TF-ID refers to term frequency inverse document frequency, is a popular technique of extracting features from textual data. And application in complaint text feature extraction represent each complaint as a numerical vector where each feature the TF-IDF score of a term. Dimensionality reduction, suitability for ML models, improved understanding. Question number 2. Explain the role of text mining in automating grievance redressal machine. List the key step involved in pre-processing and structured text data. Role of text mining in automating grievance redressal system. Text mining play a crucial role in automating grievance redressal system by enabling the extraction of meaningful insight and patterns from textual complaints. Here we can use that automated categorizations, sentiments analysis, entity recognition, and trend analysis. Key steps in pre-processing and structuring text data: data collection, text pre-processing, where tokenization, lowercasing, stop words removal, stemming and lematizations, and punctuation removal, spell corrections are done. So feature extraction is another method where we use bag of words, TF-IDF, word embedding, and noise removal, and text structuring, and dimensionality reduction. Our question third, explain the concept of linear regression, how the best fit line is determined, write the algorithm for linear regression for given input data points X and Y. So here linear expression is simply useful tool for predicting a quantitative response. Here we have an input variable X where X1 and X2 and SP are the and output variable Y takes the form like Y approximate to beta 0 plus beta 1 X1 where beta represent are the unknown coefficient parameters which we're trying to determine. Here we can use base fit to method which can found by minimizing the residual sum squares RSS. How can we find the best method? At least we have three method. First one is matrix form, or second was grievance descent form. So matrix forms, here we can solve the closest form equation for coefficient vector W, and W is equals to xt x in whole inverse xt y is equal, where x represent the input data and y represent the output data. This method is used for a smaller matrix since inverting a matrix is computational expensive. Here, grievance descent, the first order optimization algorithm, we can find the minimum of a convex function by starting at an arbitrary point and repeatedly takes steps in the downward direction, which can be found by taking the negative direction of the gradient. After several iterations, we will find eventually coverage to the minimum. In our case, the minimum correspond to the coefficient coefficient with the minimum error or the baseline fit. So we can learn that how will alpha determine the size of the steps we take in the downward direction. So here we can use the following formula for the gradient descent. Okay. So our next question is explain the key difference between K-map means clustering and hierarchical clustering algorithm. What are the advantage of hierarchical clustering over K-INS when visualizing cluster relationship? K means clustering, simple and elegant algorithm to partition a data set into a K distinct non-overlapping clusters. Okay, these are the non-overlapping. In this clustering, we will first choose a k, randomly assign a number between 1 and k to each observation. This serves as an initial cluster assignment. Iterate until cluster assignment stop changing. For each of k cluster, compute the cluster of the p feature means for the observation in the kth cluster. For b assignment, assign each observation to the cluster whose centroid is the closest, where closest is defined as using distance matrix. Since the result of algorithm depends on the initial random assignment, it is good idea to repeat the algorithm from different random initialization to obtain the best overall results. So we can use the MSE to determine which cluster assignment is better. Hierarchical clustering. Hierarchical clustering is an alternative algorithm that does not require us to commit to a particular K. Another advantage of is that it is result in a nice visualization called a dendrogram. Observation that views at the bottom are similar, where those at the top are quite different. We draw conclusion based on the location of vertical rather than horizontal axis. Begin with the n observation and a measure of all the n minus 1 upon 2 pairwise dissimilarity. Treat each observation as its own cluster. Okay. For I is equals to n minus 1 and so on. So we will follow A step and B. Application 5, question 5, classify loan application for assigning application to one or three risk class. Use entropy or information gain approach or Gini index approach to classify loan into risk classes. Example, low risk and high risk decision tree algorithm can be applied. This methods use measure like entropy, information gain or Gini index to split data at each decision point optimally. Here we have explanation of this question answer. So entropy, a measure of randomness or impurity of data points. Entropy is calculated between 0 and 1, but it can be larger than 1 depending on the number of groups or classes in the set. And information gain is also known as a measure of how much the entropy is reduced after splitting a node into subnodes. Using a particular feature, the feature with the highest information gain is chosen for the node. Gini index, a measure of purity of a specific class after splitting along a particular attribute. It's calculated by subtracting the sum of square probability of each class from 1. Okay, so in summary, we can use entropy and information gain to evaluate effectiveness of splits, and alternatively use the Gini index for simplicity and computational efficiency. Decision tree built using this approach help classify loan application into risk classes effectively. Question 6. Analysis the impact of preprocessing techniques, word removal, stemming on modular performance, and assess the system performance using metrics such as precision, recall, and F1 score. So this answer is analysis of data preprocessing techniques on a model performance. We can use techniques like word removal, stop word removals, and stemming and limitations for this machine learning models. So impact of word removal and stemming. Word removal. Stop words like is, the, and are common. Do not contribute meaningful information. We can remove them. The reduced dimensionality of the data and focus on the model important features like noun and verbs. Stemming reduces the words to their root, like running to run and better to bet. Okay. So group similar words under a common base, reducing feature, and evaluating system performance to assess the effect of pre-processing techniques on the model. We use precision recall F1 score as evaluation metrics. Precision measures how many predicted positive instances are truly positive. Here we are using uh, formulas for precision and recall. Precision is equals to true positive. Sorry. Precision is equals to true positive upon true positive plus false positive, and recall, where recall is equals to true positive upon true positive plus false negatives. Okay. So here we have experiment workflow, data preparation, pre-processing variants, where baseline pre-processing to, and we are where we using feature extraction, model training, and evaluation at the end. So thank you so much for watching this video.
Hey, Nacho,